So it's Thanksgiving weekend, and I was kind of bored. I was like, let me see what's going on with Club Shay Shay because I haven't checked who's been on Shannon Sharpe's show in a while. And I looked over there, I see iShowSpeed. Now, for a lot of you, you might not know who iShowSpeed is, but I guarantee that either your son, your daughter, your niece, or your nephew, or if you know a bunch of kids, especially they kind of know who iShowSpeed is. He is a successful streamer. Him and Kai Sanat, they're like two of the top streamers out there, and there's a bunch of others that I don't know, but they're two of the top. And this kid, he's only 19 years old, and he became a millionaire at 16 years old, and he started off just streaming, playing video games, you know, just like Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, when you watch those old videos of Mr. Beast, he started off streaming, playing video games. The guy you see today with all the competition shows, he wasn't that guy. Like, he was just in his home playing video games. So when you hear someone make a joke about, oh, they're just in their parents' basement playing video games, oh, that joke worked maybe 15 years ago. You know how many people today make money being in someone's basement playing video games? It's a lot of money. And usually they're probably making just as much or even way more than the people who are making these jokes. The whole thing, when YouTube popped up in the 2000s, but content creation on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, there's so many young folks, hell, even OF, there's so many younger people making money off content creation, off of stuff that they just already have. Either A, they start off just having using an Android or iPhone and recording themselves, or they go to Best Buy or Target, pick up a laptop, get a webcam, maybe get a microphone, and just start streaming. It's insane. And I started thinking, like, I don't know iShowSpeed that well, because usually at this point I would give you guys like a backstory. Well, here's that backstory of iShowSpeed, and this is who he was. It's like, I don't have that, because at a certain point, my pop culture knowledge, there was a cutoff point where it's almost like, I don't know streamers. I don't know any of these people. Like, I can tell you so many different things, but you reach an age where it's almost like, I don't know this. Like, I don't know these people, but they're super successful and God bless them, but I don't know who they are. But the fact that you can go to Target and Best Buy and get these materials for very cheap and set up something, and you could be at your home and you might be getting a check from Twitch or YouTube or TikTok or IG or Facebook, and you're making money just recording things at home is absolutely fantastic. So iShowSpeed, he started off as recording, playing video games. And now I think he still does that because he's still a live streamer. But now what he's doing now, he had a video where he was racing Noah Lyles, the Olympic champion. He raced him in a race, and Mr. Beast fired the gun when they started the race. I'm not going to tell you what happened. Go check it out. But it was very competitive. And he was just, he was on this IRL streaming tour in New Zealand and Australia. All this stuff happened because this young man was at home, in his parents' home, playing video games. And this is the thing that I need to press upon older folks. Yes, you might see your son or daughter playing video games and say, like, oh my God, they're not going to go anywhere. I'm telling you, yes, if they don't have any other career goals in life, it can get in the way. But pay attention to what they're doing. If they are live streaming these games, find out how many subscribers they got. They might actually be doing really well and you don't even notice. Or let's say they really like video games. Maybe they like designing video games. There's so many jobs in the video game industry. I think we do a poor job as adults looking at the video game industry, looking at the streaming industry, and not saying, like, who are the top people. Like, there should be a running tally every month, like a monthly tally of what the top video games are. There should be a monthly tally of who the top streamers are or YouTubers. And there are, but we don't see this on CNN or MSNBC or NBC or CBS. We don't, there's like a whole different universe. Like, the video game industry as a whole is recession proof. It's pandemic proof. It's an industry that never dies. I stopped playing probably of Centipede and Ms. Pac-Man. Man, it's just amazing what they do with video games these days. So, when I'm looking at this young man, this is a fantastic thing. It's fantastic because he didn't have to do this. Because when you look at it, he has his audience. His audience are teens and people in their 20s. And he got like 30. I think he got like 33.4 million fans on YouTube. There's no need for him to be on Club Shay Shay, but I think he does realize there's a lot of people who don't know who he is. Once you get past like Gen Z and maybe millennials, if you're an Xer, especially a baby boomer, you don't know who this kid is. I can't call him a kid. He's 19. He's a young man. You don't know who this young man is. So for him, it makes sense to go on platforms like Club Shay Shay, who reaches an older demographic, and say, "Hey, I'm the guy that your kid keeps on talking about, and this is what I do." You think that me playing video games or streaming isn't a viable way to make money, but it is. Like even Shannon was asking him, it's like, "Hey, I'm trying to be a streamer too," and show speed said, not that way. Now he was talking about the illicit video of Shannon allegedly having relations with his girlfriend. It's like, nah, you don't want to get 30 million subs that way. But I think it's not impossible to be a live streamer when you're older. There's a lot of older live streamers who are older, who are successful. But I think Mr. Beast is like 26. But I think when you're 19, like iShowSpeed, you got all the time in the world. Think about when you were 19 years old. Think how little sleep you needed to have. Think how long you were around your friends or doing something that you love, and you can just roll on 2-3 hours sleep. That's where he is. I can't even imagine if I had this in college, that streaming and all this stuff. I had this type of equipment, all this stuff when I was in college. Oh my God, I would never sleep. Now, it doesn't mean that I would have been iShowSpeed or Kai Cenat. It doesn't. There's a bunch of kids who live stream every day, and they'll never reach where iShowSpeed is. And definitely that Mr. Beast. However, I would not dissuade them from not doing it. Because let's say, like what I said, iShowSpeed has 33 million subscribers. Let's say you only have 3,000. Let's say you're lucky enough to have 3,000. All right. You can use affiliate links. So let's say, hey, this is the type of headphones I wear. You have the affiliate link. People buy the product on Amazon. If they click on your link, you make money from that. If you do have, maybe you have a small demographic of fans, but the numbers shows that they really like you. And maybe you have a brand like Target come in and say, hey, we look at your numbers and it's not great, but we also notice, but there's a lot of traffic coming in, and some of the people we cross branded, and we see that a lot of people shop at Target, like your channel, would you like to have a sponsorship deal? There's so many ways of making money. You don't have to be iShowSpeed or Mr. Beast or Kai Cenat. Like, you might not ever be a millionaire, but you make decent money. $100 a month could be going to the store money or gas money. Yeah, it's not a lot, but it's something. So if you're a parent and you have a kid that's always making TikTok videos or doing video games and things like that, don't beat him or her up about it, because from our generation, from ours, it's like, this is ridiculous. You can't make any money from that. Nowadays, there's so many different ways of making money. Yeah. I still want kids to go to college. I still want them to get an education. But if they find something where they don't have to have a bunch of student loans and it works and they're making money, I say encourage it. And also with Shannon too, I was talking about how, he didn't have to have this young man on the show. Like, Shannon's biggest show is still Cat Williams. And he could have stayed just talking to comedians and artists and athletes. He could have kept on doing that. But I think Shannon reminds me a lot of younger Oprah. And to me, Oprah Winfrey is still one of the greatest interviewers ever. I don't like this whole Saint Oprah thing that they have right now, because it's like, but I liked her when she was like 80s, 90s, and even early 2000s Oprah. Because she would interview anybody, which is the Phil Donahue model. And I feel like Shannon is doing the same thing. So he didn't need to have iShowSpeed, because most of his demographic probably didn't know who he is. But it helps Shannon reach a younger demographic who otherwise wouldn't watch Club Shay Shay. So just like Show is reaching an older demographic, Shannon's reaching a younger demographic. Now, would that younger demographic keep on coming back to Club Shay Shay? No, probably not. But would they tune in just to see who he has next if Kai Cenat pops up, if Mr. Beast comes up? Because I'm sure Shannon will probably have Kai Cenat on soon, and I'm sure the 800-pound gorilla is probably Mr. Beast. If Shannon gets Mr. Beast on, and that's going to blow up just like the Cat Williams interview. So if you're a fan of iShowSpeed, tell people why you like iShowSpeed. Tell us old folk why iShowSpeed is great. And if you are a younger streamer, give us the name of your channel. If you're on Twitch or YouTube, we want to give you some promotion. Because in this world, you don't get that 30, 50 years on the go watch anymore. So go make that money creating content in your mama's basement. basement making millions of dollars.